All right, this video is going to be about the operations section. Again, I just want to add a disclaimer that this rollout is still a very dynamic rollout. Things will most likely change as time goes on. So everything that I say today may not be 100% accurate as we move forward. Please keep that in mind. So talking about the operations tab, again from the dashboard, we come down here to operations and talking about a few of these things. First off, system configuration should never be a thing that you guys as supervisors need to worry about. Daily activity log is also something that you probably should not be worrying about, as the daily activity log is not the same as the pass down. This is more like, what did you do on your shift? That is most likely 95% of the time is going to be handled with Orna. One of the things that you are going to be responsible for at as of my current understanding is the employee tracking. This is something that needs to be done and needs to be stayed. You need to stay on top of it, as this is what allows us to create a record. So, so talking about employee tracking, this is where if someone is late, if someone is insubordinate, or maybe they do a good job on something and you actually want to commend them. This is all done in employee tracking. So let's create a new event, and we are going to say it happened yesterday. We are going to title it as excellent customer service. We can just go ahead and close the event because it's not an ongoing thing. Event type, we have different types here. Several attendance types: call out, no call, no show, did not clock in, late 0 to 15 minutes, late more than 15 minutes, incomplete documentation, positive feedback, external, that would be for clients or residents. If they call in and say, hey, this officer did a really good job, or if one of your other officers or you notice someone did a really good job, you can do positive feedback. And then lastly, teamwork. So let's do an internal positive feedback. Right now, we're not going to mess with the employee points. That'll be if we continue to if we utilize that at all, that will be either handled by that'll be handled separately, or you will receive additional training on it. Since this is a positive event, we're not going to do anything with this. If this was referencing a documentation or a incident or whatever, you would put that here. And then you can select employees from the user list. Let's say it was Chapel. You can add uh, multiple users to this, and then you can either select to notify supervisors, and you can write the event of what happened. So that is what you can do for tracking. Now, say someone calls out. I'm going to delete these employees. This is a call out. If this is a part where you have begun to coach the employee, say they did not call out using proper policy, um, or however, you can use first, second, third warnings, uh, and just document as such. So same thing. If there is an investigation, you can leave the event status open, and that's pretty much the employee or the employee tracking. If we get to the point where we are utilizing equipment and assets and we are we are issuing equipment or we start checking equipment out, that can be used in these right here. Again, we're not automatically doing, or we're not doing that currently, so that may just come on at a later date if we decide to use it. Um, we can do equipment inspection. Once all the vehicles are loaded into here, we can start keeping all of service records. Vehicles can also be logged as, where they are. Are they in service? Are they out of service? This is again something that needs to be stayed on top of. But you should, if everything's running like a well-oiled machine, then you should be able to look on this at any point and know exactly where a vehicle is based and what condition it is in. But again, in order to have something nice like that, we've got to stay on top of stuff. Let's see. Equipment checkout. Uh, IOPS does have the ability for us to print and scan barcodes. So if we are issuing equipment at the beginning of shift or what have you, you are issuing equipment to new employees, this can be utilized to create a tracking event or a trackable database to know who has what equipment. So we're going to exit out of that. Forms. Right here we have a disciplinary action form and an officer training and checkoff. So right here we can go in and select the officer. We can select badge number, who is the FTO. Once this continue or is filled out and live, you have a set of topics that can be covered, and that is essentially one of those checkoffs. IOPS 360 command is everything that we've talked about under the operations. Can generally be searched from this area. This is typically a supervisor only area, but I can go in and I can look at checkoffs. I can look at system logs. If this is open for you, if this falls within your purview and you have access to this, I can see work orders, and we'll talk about submitting work orders in just a minute. But that is IOPS 360 command. The biggest thing here is fleet status. Again, a very quick what vehicle is where, does it need anything, has a vehicle checkoff been done, and what the status of the vehicle is. So IOPS 360 has a an internal messaging platform. You can compose a message, you can view messages, you can send them if you have the ability to do so. You can send them to individual officers, you can send them to specific groups, you can send them to um, everyone as a whole. It just depends, but this is where you would find your messages. Tasks. Tasks are something that can be created for a site. I'll give you an example for what we do at EMS. Because all of our bases are on a different trash schedule, we have a task set up for each base that notifies the crew working that day that the trash needs to go out. It will be sent as a task to them. They will get a notification on their phone saying that one new task has been assigned to you. And these can be set up as a recurring task. So, for example, if a property needs its pool closed, we can set that task, and whatever officer is assigned to that property will receive that task, and they can check it off, and then we have a documented record of them performing that task. Not sure if this is going to be used, but this is what it could be used for. Uniforms. This is something where we can issue uniforms. You can request uniforms if that's something that we decide to employ. But moving on, one of the other big things, excuse me, one of the two other big things is going to be your vehicle checkoffs and your work orders. Every day, officers should be completing a vehicle checkoff. It's real simple. They'll go to vehicle checkoffs. It's even easier on the app. They'll hit fill out and then pretty basic information. So, work orders. Work orders are just that. We have seen an issue. We know that there is, or we need something needs to be, or we have something needs to be fixed. Let's use an example. Radio 22 non-functional. You come down to category, equipment issues. Is the radio at the North Carolina office? Shift letter if it is applicable. Um, Assigned to user, that matters more on our EMS side than here. But the request priority. So what you would type out here, radio 22 will key up but has no audio. And then you create that work order, it goes into the system, the appropriate people are notified, and it puts that into their field. But you as a supervisor, when you notice defective equipment or you notice issues, say the internet is out, lights, whatever, this is where you go to report that, and it creates, again, a record. We can go back and see who reported it, when they reported it. Uh, so that's a good thing to stay on top of. And that is pretty much the operations section.